Hi everyone, so this is a bit of a different video. I just thought, I kind of want my channel to cater to kind of my life and what I'm doing at the moment as well. So I hope that you enjoy this kind of off the beaten track video, which is different to beauty related things. But I guess in a way it is. I want to talk about Weight Watchers and my journey so far with it, because I just think it's the most amazing thing. And with my channel, I can bring to you what I'm actually doing and what I recommend. So if there's any people out there that struggle with their weight like I do, then I think that you might want to listen to them. So let me give you a bit about me in terms of my weight. Luckily I'm tall, I'm 5'10", so I can carry more weight than obviously short people, and it spreads out evenly. So, you know, I've found that, people will never look at me and think, oh my God, she's huge, but because I can hide it. And I guess when you're tall, you just generally get, like, you're long and it spreads out. So I've been lucky in that sense. But I think I've always kind of been, I think if you're about 5'10", correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, I look at this on different websites, it says that you're supposed to be, like, ideally, I guess, about 10.5 stone. Obviously there's a range there, but I think pretty much 10.5 stone. And I've always kind of fluctuated between 11.5, 12.5. And when I was in my early 20s, or like 19, 20, I was like a gym bunny. Like I would go all the time. I was obsessed with it for about 2 years. And I thought that I was still big, but I've never ever really weighed myself. I'll weigh myself like twice a year. Like, I'd hate weighing myself. So unfortunately, I don't know what I was back then, but I knew that obviously as I got older, jeans that fit me then never fit me anymore. And I'd always cling on to them in the hope that they would fit me again. And I will get back to that point later. So I've always had these jeans. So anyway, so my point is that at the time I didn't think that I was slim, but I must have obviously been a lot more slimmer because I haven't fit into these jeans since. So because I've always maintained about 11.5 to 12.5 stone, I wouldn't look terrible. Like, I was a size 14, it's probably 12 on top. These are UK sizes for anyone watching. So I guess it was in December. I started a new job in August, and I did weigh myself then, and I was 12.5, so that would have been my higher end of the weight. And then I could feel myself. I don't know if it was starting a new job, because my previous job, I've been there for like 6.5 years. Whether it was the stress of that or what it was, I don't know. But I was just eating beyond control. And it's not even as if I'd eat lots. Like, during the day, like, I'd only have my breakfast at a push, because I'd rather stay in bed than have breakfast. So I'd have breakfast, whether it be toast or cereal or whatever, and then I'd have like a sandwich for lunch, like a homemade one, so probably like 4 slices of bread. And then I don't snack, like I don't eat. I'm not a big fan of crisps or anything like that. But when I come home, like, my portion sizes were ridiculous. Like, I know that now, and what I was eating was not healthy. And I just wouldn't think, like, I could get takeaways, and it just creeped up. And chocolate, once I get a taste of chocolate, I'll eat it. So it crept up, and I knew, like, I could feel it, like my, what I call it, like, Irish hips, childbearing hips. I have them, and they were just getting ridiculous, and things were getting tight. And then when it got to December, like, it was close in December, I was like, well, look, you start a diet in January. So I was in Ireland at the beginning of January to see my family, and my aunt, she's really slim, but she always did Weight Watchers, and I'd always heard of Weight Watchers before, and I'm like, I don't know, like, how can it be that good? And she started showing me the plan and how it works. And so when I went home, I actually weighed myself, and I was 14 stone, and I don't think I've ever been that weight before, and I was like, I have to do something. This is just ridiculous. I mean, my clothes still fit and everything. It wasn't as if I went up a whole dress size, but what I would find if I got jeans, sometimes I'd have to get 16, and I was just mortified. Like, even though I knew I could feel it when I saw 14 stone on the scales, I was like, oh dear. So I thought, right, okay, so immediately I just went online, signed up for Weight Watchers online. Through Top Cashback, I got I think it was like £32, and you got £33 back or something on Top Cashback, so it was free for 3 months. And literally I just started learning about it, and it's just basically, I don't know if you heard of it before, but they do pro points. So everything you eat is a point, and you're given a certain amount a week. So at this point, I was given 33 points a day, and you get 49 points on top of that for the week. So you can spread those 49 points out during the week. You can have in one day. You don't have to eat them. Well, it's up to you, but you have I had my 33 a day. And I have like my iPhone, and I keep a track of everything I eat and put it on there. And what I found is I would pre-plan what I was going to eat, because otherwise there was no way I'd be able to stick to it. So I started that, like, so every week you have to weigh yourself. And the first week I lost 7 pounds. I was like, oh my God. Like, you're only supposed to recommend like a pound or 2. But I don't know if my body was in starvation mode because of what I was giving it. But yeah, I lost 7 pounds. I was like, wow. So that was like motivation that I needed. But the thing is, with this diet, it's amazing. I call it a diet, but it's more like a lifestyle change, because you have to, like, if I have oven chips, I would have like a whole plate full of oven chips, and I'd get sick. Like, I'd feel so full, and you don't need that much. And what this makes you do is you have to measure everything to get the points. So I got an electric scale, and I just weighed everything, and it just makes you realize that the portions that I was eating was just not necessary. So this is why I can stick to this. It's the most amazing thing, because you just think about, plan what you're eating, portion control, vegetables, most vegetables, salad, fruit, pretty much all 0. So it kind of makes you replace things, and I'll eat more salad and more vegetables than I ever would, because they fill you up. And so yeah, this is like, it's just so good. Like, I've been on fad diets and I lose weight, you know, but it wouldn't be the healthy way. Like, on this, I lose about a pound or 2 pounds a week. And so in January I was 14 stone, and on my last weigh-in last Saturday I was 11 stone 9 pounds. So that's amazing. So, and that's steadily losing it, you know, that's not just a huge drop. That's over nearly 4 months. And then my aim, I think I want to lose like another stone and a half by my birthday in July. And even if I lose a pound, it kind of seems to be slowing down now. Even if I lose a pound a week, then I've got about 12 weeks to my birthday. But yeah, like, to the point that everyone at work, like, oh my God, it's amazing how much you've lost. I must have been huge or something. I mean, I probably wasn't that big, but they keep telling me, don't lose any more, like, you're losing too much weight. But I have fat like everywhere. I've got it on my thighs, still in my arms, like my bingo wings. It's still around my stomach. So I could do with like another stone or so. But the most amazing thing is those jeans I was talking about. So I had jeans when I was 19, 20, and I'd always hold on to them because I liked the jeans, and always in the hope that I'd fit back into them. And I tried them on the other night. Not only did they fit, they were loose. Like, I didn't think I'd ever get to that stage. And you know, the thing is, look, oh, I just had a Whisper Gold. I love Whisper Golds, and I love chocolate. And that's the thing, like, you can eat chocolate bars all day if you want. I wouldn't recommend it, but as long as it was in your points, like the Whisper Gold is 7 points. And I used to be allowed 33 a day, but then obviously as you lose weight, however it calculates it, it goes down. And now I'm allowed 28 points a day. So if I really want a Whisper Gold, I work it backwards to that 7 points, and then I've got 21 points left. And for dinner, I had those rustic chips, McCain rustic chips. They're really good because they're really thick and they have their skin on, and I guess it's a lot better for you, so you can have loads of it. It just makes you think, like the chips that I used to have before, you just change things around. So I get the rustic chips, and they're a lot less points, and they're filling, and I had rustic chips, I had vegetables, I had broccoli, beans, and another thing that has made me change to is corn. Now, I just think, oh, how can people eat corn like it's not real meat? I love chicken, and I like a bit of beef too. Like, I'm not huge on meat, but I couldn't live without chicken. But then I've been having all the substitute corn, and the only reason I went to corn is because when you're trying to keep your points, this might not sound much, but if a corn chicken fillet is a point less than a proper chicken, then you're gonna go with the corn, because that could be, you know, the point towards my chocolate bar. So yeah, so I've just been loving corn, and because the thing is with me, I love chicken, but I'm pathetic because I do not like the blood, the veins. Sorry, this might sound a bit gory, but if I'm cutting up chicken, like I'll cut it to shreds and there won't be anything left. So the amazing thing with corn is I think it tastes fine. I think it tastes like chicken. It's amazing. A lot of people might disagree, but for what I want it for, it tastes fine. Especially if you put it in a curry or something, like a Weight Watchers curry, korma sauce. And I can't tell the difference. I think it's amazing. But I haven't got to worry about the veins and the blood, and obviously, you know, the fact that it's not an animal, which is always sad. I know I eat meat, and I'm not going to turn vegetarian, but it's a great option. And yeah, so I had them tonight. These like fillet pieces. They have these escalopes. They have chicken goujons, like amazing, and they taste so good to me. So it made me go to corn. It's made me portion size, veg. Like I used to hate broccoli. I just crave broccoli now all the time. I had it about a year or so ago, and now, especially now, because I should be eating veg and it's 0, I have full head of broccoli. So I just love it. Somebody was telling me as you get older, you lose the iron in your body, and that might be because of why I'm craving it, but I don't know, but obsessed. Like, I'm just craving vegetables now, whereas I would never eat vegetables really, and it was so bad. So yeah, it's just a whole new way of life, and I'm really enjoying it. Yesterday, I would say I slipped off a bit. Like, I think in 4 months, I've always stuck to all my points. Yesterday, I saw my friend, and I took a half day because we're trying to find birthday venues. And I went a bit crazy with the cocktails and the food. I think I'm going to regret it, because this might be the first week in 4 months that I haven't lost anything. But, you know, but that's what you've got the 49 extra points for. Like, if you want a big night out, I should have had vodka and Diet Coke, because that's better than cocktails. But you know, it's easy to stick to. It's realistic. You have these extra points that you can go out with. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you a bit of insight into what it is. And you know, it's so easy to track, especially if you've got a smartphone. I don't know what phones it's on, but I use my iPhone. You know, and it seems a bit tedious initially, whereby you have to find the points for everything. But then when you've done it for like a few weeks, you save a lot of your favorites. And I'll be in the supermarket with my phone, like typing in. Let me check what it is. I'll show you how it works. Right. Don't know if it'll show up in here, but I can tell you. Right. So that's the calculator. And you can see what you do is you look on a pack. So you've got protein, carbs, fat, and fiber. And then you put in how many grams of it you're going to have. So it's looking at everything. It's not just looking at the carbs. You know, I've tried to control my weight with carbs before, and I just lose the plot. But you put in the protein, carbs, fat, and fiber for each product. And then it works out your little points. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so whatever I was doing there was 22 points. What I was actually doing, I used to eat these pies, these chicken and mushroom, like puff pastry pies, and I saw them in the cupboard, and I thought, oh my god, like I used to eat them all the time. And just out of curiosity, when I was just cooking my dinner now, I thought, how many points is that pie? 22 points. I'm allowed 28 a day, and I was eating one pie with chips, with beans, 22 points just for one pie. I'm like, no wonder I was putting on weight, you know? So it just really puts everything into perspective. And if I wanted that pie, maybe I'd have a quarter of it now, or veg or something. So, you know, I don't know what happens. I think when you reach your goal weight, there's some kind of maintenance thing. But I kind of like having it there. I don't know how long I'll continue with, but the thing is, even when I stop Weight Watchers and I'm at my goal weight, it really has left me with a lot of lessons learned. Portion control, different substitutes for things that you can eat, you know, even down to alcohol. Like I just drink alcohol on a night out, and just because it's drinking, I feel like it's water and it's not possibly putting any weight on. But of course it is. You know, a glass of wine's like 5 points, whereas vodka I do love. I like vodka and Diet Coke. Oh, my only thing is Diet Coke I absolutely love, and I was trying to stop it. I think I must have stopped drinking Diet Coke for 6 months or something, where I drink Diet Coke every day, whereas over 6 months I kind of didn't have it in the house anymore, and what am I trying to say? I didn't have it in the house anymore, so then I'd only drink it like an occasion if I was out. But then with Weight Watchers, it's 0. And that's not to say that Diet Coke's good for you, but in terms of points, it's 0. So I found that all I keep doing is drinking Coke. Because I'm like, Diet Coke. Because I'm like, well, it's 0, so it's fine. It's like drinking water. So that's my only downfall. I need to get out of that again, out of that habit. Just because it's 0 doesn't mean I can have it all the time. But yeah, so I've just babbled on for 15 odd minutes. So I don't know if this has been any use for anyone, but please, if you've got any questions, let me know below. I'm going to carry on with this journey, so if you want any further updates, let me know. But yeah, I highly recommend Weight Watchers. If you've tried all these fad diets before and you just don't get anywhere, well, you lose it and then you put it back on. This is something that is like, it's just easy. Like, I never want to work, and all my friends say, how do you do it? Like, you're so good. I'm like, but it's easy. They're like, I get full, like I'm stuffed now and I still have a few points left if I want something later. And it just makes you think, if I've only got 3 points left, or curly whirlies are 3 points. I'd be going on the forums on Facebook and stuff and the Weight Watchers sites, and everyone's talking about curly whirlies. And I'm like, what? And they're only 3 points. Whereas my Whisper Gold would be 7 points, and if I feel like chocolate, a curly whirly is only 3 points. So, you know, it just makes you reassess all these things. I could actually talk about this forever, but I better stop. So if you've got any specific questions, let me know. But yeah, I do highly recommend it, and I'll probably do an update video depending on how many people watched it. But yeah, so I hope that that was helpful to some people, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.